What's up? What's up? I hope everybody's doing well. We just did the World Baseball Classic, you dig? And now we're going to look at this 2026 NBA draft. All right, we're looking at Bleacher Report right here. And we got Darren Peterson coming in at first. Gonna break these guys down a little bit more. I got some McDonald's All American film from last year. So seeing a lot of these guys play so I could break their film down at a point. God willing. Darren Peterson out of Kansas. AJ DeBonsa going to Washington. We don't know who's going to get these picks, but they're just, the Pacers with Cam Boozer. Caleb Wilson, who has been mighty impressive, to Brooklyn. Kingston Flemings to Houston. I feel like that top five might be kind of solidified, you know. The only one who I think could sneak in there is Darius Acuff, but we will. Atlanta Hawks with Keaton Wagler, who was not super highly ranked and worked his way up. Michael Brown Jr. out of Louisville at 8. Nate Ament, 9. And Braden Burries. And Don, what's going on, man? And then we got Braden Burries at 10. We had your boy, J-Pop was on earlier when I was doing the World Baseball Classic. Try to skip that out. Don't worry. Universal Pieces Sully. What's going on, Universal Pieces Sully? Don, what you covering right now? What you covering at with school? Have you been covering any baseball? All right, so we got AJ DeBonsa here at number 1. I wish I could. All right, yeah, there we go. Right, so his highest areas are scoring. I guess he doesn't foul. His player efficiency rating. Offensive win shares. Free throw attempts, definitely. He's relatively young. Field goal percentage. Offensive rating. I won't go too crazy with all those. We got Darren Peterson is at number 2 in this draft. He was number 1 in the Bleacher Report. Let's see. His only weaknesses are assist percentage usage and assists. Yeah, I don't feel like he has shown a lot as a playmaker. It might be the position that he's playing at Kansas. They're running more things for him as a scorer. But even in high school, I don't know if I felt like that was ever his strength. But what I do like is the fact that he hasn't decided to fully step away from being a point guard. I think it would behoove him to work on trying to be a playmaker and a scorer, especially as a two guard in today's NBA. Cameron Boozer, Cameron Boozer is one of those dudes that he's a straight up winner. Let me get to. He's a straight up winner. He's just for a really long time. Crap. Let me go to draft.net. I like draft.net because they give you like the player breakdowns. Lions, what's going on? So I'll go there last. All right. So we got Caleb Wilson and Kingston Flemings. This is pretty similar. How's it called, Lions? Oh man, going over the NBA 2026 draft. What's going on, man? What's going on? Where you from? Any plans for the weekend? Any plans for the weekend for any of y'all Don Don Universal pieces? Fully? You win? You win like on the weekend, or you? Man, this ad is oh yeah. I mean, is wrestling over? You're number one. You're number one, just generally speaking, or you're number one in the game that you're playing, or you're number one where? I like the attitude though. So we have yeah, similar, right? Keaton Wagler here, Darius Acuff at 7. It's almost exactly the same. Nate Ament, Michael Brown Jr., LeBaron Philon, Braden Burries. I think they had Braden Burries above Philon. Steinwatch. He's an interesting player who played, I believe he played overseas, which is one of the interesting things about this draft is you got a lot of these guys who played overseas who are coming to play college basketball. All right, I'll go to 17 here, and then I'll switch it up to NBA draft. And Donga and Gamba from Duke, kind of similar to Marlowatch from last year. London Borg, he's a little bit interesting because he's an older player, a senior, and obviously most of these guys here are freshmen. Philon, I believe, is a sophomore. And then Braylon Mullins, who is a freshman, probably the best shooter in this draft. Quaintance, who's a big man who shown some good defensive potential, and Bennett Stirs, who's probably the best point guard. Nah, well, Stirs and well, one of the better point guards. I'll say that. All right, so okay, so we got AJ DeBonsa, number one here, and I'll say for me, I I've seen AJ DeBonsa a few, in seen a decent amount of his high school highlights. I've seen him. I've seen him in person maybe 3 times, and I feel like he has potential to be one of the best players in the NBA. If I'm a GM, I'm taking DeBonsa first, and probably for some of the not some of the reasons that other people would. I think his defense is better than people think. I've given him credit for when I've watched him at BYU. Even he can get stronger. He's a good athlete. the jumper needs a little bit work. He's shooting at what, like 33, 34% or something like that, which I don't think is that bad. So he's being compared to a Tracy McGrady, Paul George type player, which I would say more Paul George than Tracy McGrady. Tracy McGrady was just so smooth. Not to say that Paul George wasn't smooth. I think Paul George's two-way ability was insane. I think if you watch him play, the footwork. Yo, Don, take care, dude. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do one of your I'm gonna have to do one of your videos next time. But definitely take care, man. We got Peterson, like a Donovan Mitchell kind of. Brandon Roy, yeah, it's not that's not a bad comparison. I think because of his ability to play on both ends, his athleticism and eight. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, they feel like he gets his scoring in the flow. I've always felt like, especially when I watch them on AAU, and just in general, I feel like he looks to score a lot. You know, maybe more than what other people say. I've never seen it that way where he just gets it in the flow. I feel like when he gets the ball, he's more than likely looking to put it up. You know, that's just the way I felt, but could be wrong. So now we look at Cam Boozer, Al Horford. I could see that. And similar to Al Horford, one thing about him is at Columbus, I believe he won the state title every year. With the Knight Riders AAU team, won the title every year. Was successful at USA basketball. He does everything. He rebounds the ball well. He passes the ball well. Probably the best passer out of these top three. I'll look through the top 10, and then after the top 10, I'll just say the rest. De'Aaron Fox, Derrick Rose. I don't know if he's quite that athletic. Yeah, I don't know if I'll put him at that. Darn, he's quick. Is he De'Aaron Fox, Derrick Rose quick? Wow, I don't know. But the interesting thing is the shooting, right? He wasn't super similar to Keaton Wagler, wasn't super highly ranked coming out of high school. I mean, much higher than Keaton Wagler, but Caleb Wilson, Jermaine O'Neal, Chris Bosh, I think he's much more athletic than either one of those guys. He rebounds the ball. He's hurt right now, though, unfortunately. Michael Brown Jr., I don't know if he's 6'5", but Darius Garland, Trey Young. I don't see that either. Um, much more athletic than those two dudes and much bigger, taller than those dudes. You shoot it. Plays defense. Probably a better defender than those dudes too. Keaton Wilder's an interesting one. Right? Guy was not Tyrese Halliburton. I can see the Tyrese Halliburton. I don't know if he's quite the playmaker of Halliburton though. Yeah, they're saying his pick and roll work is pretty darn good. I respect that. But I feel like that 46-point game really put him on the map, and the way he scored those points were really impressive. Uh, next we got Braden Burries. He started off 7 athleticism. I think he's way more athletic than that. He draws fouls. He plays aggressively, man. Who's his player comp? Malcolm Brogdon. Yeah, that's a pretty good comp. I think he's more athletic though. And then Darius Acuff, man. What I could say about Darius Acuff, Sean Miller at Texas said he's the best point guard that he's seen in all of his years in college basketball. I think that needs to be noted, like the best. I mean, I know Big Perk at ESPN is high on him, but he's saying the best point guard he's seen in all of his years of watching college basketball. I think there's that. I mean, I feel like he was a really good high school player. I don't know if I expected him to be this good. He's been super dominant in the SEC. Pretty sure he should have been SEC Player of the Year, but he's been out of control. He might be leading the SEC in scoring and assists. All right, now I'll just go through the rest. Amari Allen at Bama, LeBaron Philon. A lot of people like LeBaron Philon. Chris Sinak at Houston. I think he should get into the first round. I don't know if he'll get drafted this high. He has ability, he can shoot. Isaiah Evans has stepped up for Duke this year, has been a lot better than last year. Elijah Arenas, he is 6'6", has a really good feel for the game. The footwork is there. Started the season slow because he had multiple injuries. Braylon Murray's, Mullins, best shooter in the draft. Cameron Carr, big time athlete. I don't know if he's quite 6'6" though. Malik Thomas, he's a big time scorer. What is his player comp? Jordan Clarkson and Jordan Hawkins. I actually like those. Thomas Huff at Florida has had a really good year. Heinz Steinbach at Washington. My man played high level overseas ball. Landenberg from Michigan is the people are really loving him. Tunde Esofu, big time athlete. Gotta learn to shoot it more. Kareem Lopez, probably the best Mexican of all time right now. Christian Anderson. Cold Pete, I think he should be a first rounder. Bennett Sturz. Queen's really good defensively. Dash Daniels, similar to his brother. Alan Graves, people are high on him. Marez Johnson, Michigan's really good. But I want to compare it to, like, I want to look at the 96 draft because the 96 draft is the one draft that I feel is similar. And you'll probably be surprised. You'll probably be surprised when you look at this NBA draft at how good it really was. Right, this is the draft that I'll look at it and then I'll show you some of the highlights from it that make it so spectacular draft. Right, so we got Allen Iverson coming first out of Georgetown. Top 75 player all time, MVP, cultural legend. Marcus Camby at number 2. One of the greatest defensive players of his generation. Definitely underrated at a UMass, playing for Calipari. Sharif Abdul-Rahim became an all-star from this draft. I want to see what that asterisk is. Like, this draft is crazy. Stephon Marbury out of Georgia Tech becomes a multi-time All-Star. I don't think he was All-NBA though. Oh yes, All-NBA third team twice. Oh shit. All right, so Marbury was All-NBA third team twice. Ray Allen, I believe Ray Allen's top 75 all time. Yeah, top 75 all time. Antoine Walker, multi-time All-Star. Lorenzen Wright was solid. Kerry Kittles was solid. Samaki Walker was solid. Eric Dampier, Todd Fuller, Vladdy Potapenko, Kobe Bryant at 13. Probably, if you redraft this class, he's probably going number 1 though. Right, Kobe Bryant. You could take him between. I mean, it depends on how you look at it, but probably in most people's eyes, probably top 10 player of all time, top 15 player of all time. Unbelievable career. Defined the NBA for a lot of years. Then you got Steve Nash at 15, who was a multi-time MVP, top 75 player of all time. And this is all in the same draft. Tony Delk was solid. Jermaine O'Neal, multi-time All-Star, All-NBA guy. All-NBA second team, All-NBA third team. John Wallace out of Syracuse. Walter McCarty out of Kentucky. Zydrunas Ilgauskas. I feel like he was a multi-time All-Star as well. Yeah, 2-time All-Star. Like, all in the same draft. Dante Jones. Funny, my buddy is friends with Dante Jones. Derek Fisher, who was a winner. And then you have Ben Wallace from this draft, who's not even. notable undrafted players. Ben Wallace, four-time All-Star and NBA Hall of Famer, was not even drafted. It's crazy. This is one of the greatest classes ever, right? Allen Iverson, Marcus Camby, Shareef Abdur-Rahim, Stephon Marbury, Ray Allen, Antoine Walker, Kobe Bryant, Peja Stojakovic. I don't even think I've mentioned Peja Stojakovic. Multi-time All-Star. Steve Nash, multi-time MVP, Jermaine O'Neal. Like this was the deepest draft I've ever seen, right? See what they say about it. 1/3 of the first round picks became NBA All-Stars. The class produced 3 players who have combined 4 MVP awards in Kobe, Allen Iverson, and Steve Nash. 7 other players became All-Stars: Shareef Abdur-Rahim, Ray Allen, Zydrunas Ilgauskas, Stephon Marbury, Jermaine O'Neal, Peja Stojakovic, Antoine Walker, and 1 undrafted All-Star, Ben Wallace, for a grand total of 11 All-Stars. 8 of the players from this draft have been named to at least one All-NBA team. This draft has also produced 3 players who have been named to the NBA's All-Defensive First Team in Bryant, Marcus Camby, and Wallace. Camby won Defensive Player of the Year in 2007. I'm telling you, Marcus Camby was one of the best defensive players in his generation. Wallace earned the award in 2002, 2003, 2005, and 2006, 4-time, and 5-time NBA champion Derek Fisher. Mark Hendrickson. Wow, I didn't even know. And he played in the NBA. Yeah, that's crazy. And Ryan Miner. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, so I just wanted to show the contrast of this draft and potentially what they can do, and see what these guys could, they haven't done it yet, but could this draft potentially be like that 96 draft? We don't know yet. There's still time. Only time will tell. But this is projected to be one of the greatest drafts in recent memory. So I wanted to break that down and give everybody the opportunity to kind of look and contrast this potential legendary draft class. And last year's draft class was really good too, with Cooper Flagg, obviously, and Con Knipple, and Derek Queen, and Jeremiah Fears, and my favorite player, Dylan Harper. And out of this class, for me, I think AJ Debonta could be great. I think Darius Acuff has really shown some things. I really like Michael Brown Jr. Kingston Foreman's got some jets on him. Yeah, really good draft class. So I'll be signing off. God bless in Jesus' name, amen. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Stay blessed.